In today's how-to video, we're going to be talking about how to install a new halyard if you have nothing run. So there's no messenger line, there's nothing at all. Or worst case, you had a halyard, it broke, and everything fell on the deck. And now you have a mast with nothing in it. Now this is especially important if you have internally run halyards, because you somehow have to feed the halyard from the shiv at the top through a tiny little hole somewhere on the side of your mast. External halyards are actually a lot easier to replace because everything is external and you have access to it. The internal ones get tricky. Imagine, you go up to the mast, you feed your halyard in, and you start feeding it in. What's going to actually pull it through to get it down the mast? And more importantly, what's going to get it to come out through that teeny tiny little access gate? Let's find out. The first step you're going to do is you're going to get yourself all the way up the mast with the right equipment. So you need to have a messenger line, which is any really thin line. It's good to use double braid because it's less likely to hockle and kink and get stuck in the mast. On the end of the double braid line, you're going to tie a very, very heavy chain. Now the chain has to be something that a magnet will attract. So you can't use an aluminum chain or something like that. It has to have iron in it. That way a magnet can draw it. And the reason for that will be discussed later on. But a little hint, it's got something to do with getting the chain out through that little gate. What you're going to do is you're going to go all the way up to the top of the mast. You're going to have the chain tied to the messenger line, and you're going to feed the chain over the shiv. When the chain is up there, the weight of the chain is actually going to pull it down and through the inside of the mast. Now, if you're doing a halyard that's going to remain aft of the mast, like for your main halyard or your topping lift or something along those lines, then all you need to do is run the messenger line with the chain that's going to be pulling it down the mast. I'm going to use this kitchen knife as an example. Now let's imagine that this empty paper towel roll is a little crunched for the bow and wide for the stern, right? Everyone imagines that the mast simply sits in the middle, just like this. The truth is, the mast is actually raked aft, because if the mast is forward, you end up getting a lot of lee helm. If it's aft, you get weather helm. So if you actually watch a windsurfer, they have no rudder, and the way they steer is actually by moving the mast and sail assembly fore and aft. So the same principle applies in a sailboat. If you move the mast forward, you're going to get lee helm and go downwind, and aft makes you go upwind with more weather helm. And that is actually why backstay adjusters are such important features in cruising boats, because if you're going downwind for a long time, you can ease the backstay and bring the mast more vertical. If you're going upwind, you can crank it back. But that's a whole nother topic. Your mast is sitting angled like this. So if the halyard runs, this is obviously very raked. So if you're working on your main halyard, the halyard's going to hang aft. So if you just feed it in the shiv in the aft of the mast, it's going to run down this edge. So no issues at all. And what the issue we're worried about is your spreaders. So spreaders may look like they're just bolted onto the side of a mast, but in reality, spreaders actually have a compression post inside the mast, because if you had all that pressure on a spreader sitting on the sides of your mast, it'd crunch it, the mast would buckle, whole thing would come down. So those little bolts that you see going in actually go to a compression post inside, and a lot of them are actually through bolted to the other side of the mast. So if you look at your spreaders, one side has a head, the other side has a nut, and it's all sharing the same rod. For a halyard that runs aft of the mast, you don't have to do anything. If the halyard runs forward of the mast, you're going to need a really big strong magnet and a towel. And the reason for the towel is you don't want to scratch your mast the whole way down. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to feed the chain in just as you would on the aft of the mast, but you're then going to attract it to the front of the mast with the magnet on the towel, and you're just going to run the magnet all the way down, and that'll keep the chain stuck and glued to the front of your mast. And it'll come down and it'll go in front of the spreader crossbeam. If you can keep it in front of the spreaders, then you're going to have less chafe on the internal part of the halyard, which you're not going to be able to see too easily because it's internal. That's the only tricky part with replacing a head sail halyard. Since we're working in this case on the main halyard, you're just going to put the chain in. It's going to feed itself down because gravity is a wonderful thing, and it's going to pull the chain down the mast and bring the messenger line with it. Now when you get down to the gate on the side of your mast, and gates are just the holes in your mast on the side that let the halyard come out. So when you get there, what you're going to do is you're going to play around with the chain, and the other good thing with chain is it makes a lot of noise when it clangs around inside your mast, so you can actually hear exactly where the messenger chain is. So you're going to kind of play with it until you get it right in front of the gate. And when it's right at the gate, you're going to stick a magnet, ideally one that's on those extendable poles, and you're going to stick that in the gate. It's going to stick to the chain, and then you can pull it right out. So then you have the messenger line run, and it goes from outside up to the mast shiv, and then down and out the gate. So your messenger line is run completely. So you're done. Except you don't have a halyard in yet. So what you're going to do now is you're going to tie the messenger line to the reeving splice. And the reeving splice is a very nice feature to have at the end of your halyards. It's just a little loop of just the casing. It doesn't have the core. So it's very small, very light, very weak, but it's strong enough to pull a halyard through, and it won't get fouled on anything inside while it's pulling it through. So you're going to tie the end of the messenger line to the reeving splice, and then you're going to send the halyard up on the outside. It's going to go through the masthead, down and out the gate. If you try and run it the other way, you're going to run into the problem of the fact that your shackle that's at the end of your halyard to attach to your sail doesn't fit through anything. So it's not going to work to try and run it through the gate first and then out the other side. So you're going to tie the reeving splice to the end of the messenger line, run it up, run it down, and then you'll pull it out through the gate, and you're finished. Avoid ever having to run a new halyard, put a stop knot in it. Stop knot simply makes it so that if you forget it and you lose it, it stops there and you won't lose the halyard. So always have a stop knot in your halyard. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.
And if you'd like to follow our journey in real time on a map, receive postcards from our ports of call, and message us directly to the boat, you can go ahead and become a patron using the link in the description down below.